I was born on a farm, in a farming family. I would say it was a choice. I think I was born into it, but then the choices that I made over the years, I suppose my choice of partner and my choice of jobs, I definitely have ended up in agriculture as a choice.
I've always had a great interest in the Scottish culture, tradition, music, landscape, and I just instantly fell in love with the country, the culture, everything. I really liked it here. I wasn't from a farming background. I wasn't born into a farming family in Switzerland, so it was a completely new career for me to consider. And 18 months after my first visit to Scotland, I quit my job in Switzerland and packed my bags and came over to Scotland.
I was born into agriculture. My parents were farming. I worked in the agricultural industry, met my husband through the agricultural industry.
My dad has always worked on a farm, and so has my granddad, so I grew up on one. Born into it, but I think if I wasn't, I would pursue it anyway. I was born into a farm as well. Mum and dad both worked at a farm in Loch Lomond, a beef and sheep farm. I believe I chose to stay into agriculture. I've always been out on the farm since I was wee.
It takes me 10 hours every week to travel down to uni and back up, so that's a lot of time lost. The aim of that is to take on a part-time job in the future, ideally in the consultancy advisory service for agriculture.
I think we definitely work too much. I don't think our time off the farm is enough. We quite often end up back in the office at night. My role in decision making is probably mostly on the financial side. I think my husband certainly recognises that it's not something that he could do or would want to do.
I don't think my college work interferes with the work I do at home. Lucky that we don't really do much work in the dark, so at night times I've got time to do college work. Getting my college degree will hopefully find new ways of improving our farm. Things are constantly changing, so I think it would be good to have a younger eye on things.
The work that I do outside the family farm sometimes clashes because there's not lots of us in the farm. Women's work is valued because we've got the patience to do things that most men can't do. Would you say so myself?
When the girls were very young, it was challenging to work everything in at once. I managed to work in the bookwork for both the businesses and bring up the girls and be outside at other times. But there were many times we would have we carry tots on top of the wool bags. We would have all three girls helping in the sheepfolds, and we used to think we were the happiest people alive.
As a woman, I feel like I've had the same opportunity to gain knowledge in agriculture, but it was my decision to go and study at Newcastle University. I then came back and worked on the family farm, where I probably gained more knowledge working at home, actually applying skills and learning on a day-to-day basis. Evening classes and training would be beneficial, but I think women and men should attend the same courses at the same time, because we're both doing the same job and we want to do it to the same ability.
I think we do have the same access to all these training courses as males, but I feel like we don't go to them as much because we feel intimidated and we get nervous by it because obviously they're kind of bigger, or so they feel bigger and better at it, but usually not.
Yeah, I definitely think women-only courses would be beneficial, and like Nicole said, we don't have the confidence as such, and to go to these women-only meetings with like-minded people in similar situations would be good to get support.
Where somebody sees the passion that you bring forward as an individual, regardless of your gender, they are keen and motivated to help you and make sure that you can live that passion and improve your knowledge to contribute to the industry. In terms of women-only training courses, I don't believe that's a good idea. We're all working in the same industry and the gender shouldn't matter.
Mentoring in my agricultural career for my parents has been important. I still can go to my parents for advice and help.
They're told to then do a budget, and then it comes to the kitchen table, and if we think it's a good idea, it goes ahead. You've done your solar panels tracking, we've done a hydro scheme and the processing plant. I do think it's important for young people to have somebody to mentor them. Everybody needs to phone a friend, ask, and it's nice to know they've got somebody that could support them.
I've been extremely lucky with the people that I was working for or with. They were knowledgeable, very patient people, and were willing to explain things maybe twice or three times to me.
I think having access to mentors or friends within the industry is definitely useful to bounce ideas off of each other and get advice. Groups such as Young Farmers or Monitor Farms and grazing groups, there are a lot of groups out there.
My parents and a lot of my friends, they support me in like everything I do, and they try and push me to do more.
I have a lot of support from parents, from lecturers, from my friendship group. They're all there to support me and make sure I'm moving forward. I think an official mentoring scheme would be good, especially for young folk trying to get into the industry. Having folk that have been there and done that, their advice is invaluable really.